In this video, I will show you how to dual boot Ubuntu 26.04 LTS with Windows 11. This is the brand new easy guide and one of the safest ways to set up a dual boot on any computer without risking any data loss. Also, at the end of this video, I will show you how to remove Ubuntu safely from the dual boot. So make sure to watch this video until the end. The only requirements of this video: you need Windows 11 installed on your PC or laptop, an 8 gigs or higher USB drive to create a bootable disk with Ubuntu, at least 30 GB of free space restored from your existing drive. Before installing Ubuntu, it's recommended to create a system restore point on your Windows computer. Now go ahead and search for restore point in the start menu and open it. This tool allows you to take a snapshot of the system current state. If something goes wrong with the Ubuntu installation, you can use this backup later to restore your system back to normal. If you are using Windows 11, disable BitLocker encryption before proceeding. BitLocker can interfere with Ubuntu installers and cannot map data properly and can't install alongside Windows 11 without data loss. It's better to disable it. For more information on how to disable BitLocker encryption, check out this link for detailed instructions. It's time to create a free space for Ubuntu. Right-click on the desktop and open Terminal. Then type disk mgmt and press enter to access the disk manager, which displays all connected drives and their partitions. Drive 0 has 3 partitions. The first one is the UEFI partition where the Windows boot manager is present. The second one is the main Windows, and the last one is the recovery partition. I'm going to choose the C drive to shrink the free space for Ubuntu. In your case, it might be D, E or F, whatever it is, just choose any partition and right-click on it. Then choose shrink volume and allocate a minimum of 30 GB or more for Ubuntu. You can type the value in megabytes. In my case, I'm going to allocate 100,000 megabytes. Then click on shrink. This will create an unallocated free space. Now with that said, let's get started with the Ubuntu installation process. Now first head over to the Ubuntu website and download the latest Ubuntu 26.04 LTS release for Intel or AMD systems. While it's downloading in the background, go ahead and download Rufus as well. You can also use tools like Etcher or Ventoy Drive to create your bootable USB. Once both files are downloaded, place them somewhere on your computer for easier navigation. Then right-click on the Rufus and run as administrator. Then connect your USB stick to your computer. Select the USB drive and import the Ubuntu ISO image. I'm going to choose the partition scheme as GPT, as this laptop uses UEFI BIOS mode with the GPT partition scheme. Then follow the prompts and accept to start creating a bootable USB with Ubuntu. This will take some time depending on the writing speed of your USB drive. Once it's done, restart your computer and enter the BIOS using your keyboard shortcut. Now mostly it could be F2, F9 or the escape key. In my case, my computer has booted into the startup manager and I'm going to press F10 to access the BIOS setup. In the UEFI BIOS settings, make sure USB boot is enabled. For secure boot, I usually keep it disabled. However, Ubuntu does support secure boot, so you can leave it enabled if you prefer. Next, adjust the boot order and set your USB drive as the primary boot device. Once you're done, save the changes and exit the BIOS. Your system should now boot into the Ubuntu GRUB menu from the USB drive. If it doesn't boot automatically, open the UEFI boot menu and manually select the Ubuntu installation media. Then choose the first option to boot into Ubuntu Live Setup. Once your computer boots into the Ubuntu Live session, go ahead and connect to the internet using either an Ethernet cable or Wi-Fi. After that, select your system language and click Continue. You can skip the accessibility settings for now, then choose your keyboard layout and click Next. Now select Interactive Installation. On the Applications page, you will see two options. If you prefer a lighter version of Ubuntu with fewer pre-installed applications, choose the first option. If you want the full experience with all essential applications, choose the second option. In my case, I'm going with the extended selection, then click Next. Then enable both options to optimize your system by installing recommended drivers and software updates and click Next. In the installation screen, Ubuntu gives you the option to install alongside Windows 11 on the same drive. Simply choose the first option and it will look for the free space we created earlier and set up partitions. Then click Next. Ubuntu also offers disk encryption. For now, I will skip encryption. Next, create your user account. Select your time zone and click Next. You will now see a summary of your installation settings. Click Install Ubuntu to begin the process. The installation will take a few minutes, so just sit back and wait. Once it's done, click Restart. During the restart, you will be asked to remove the USB drive and press Enter. After rebooting, your system should boot into GRUB by default. If you don't see the GRUB boot manager and your system boots directly into Windows 11, just restart your computer. While it's restarting, press the BIOS key to enter the BIOS settings. In the UEFI BIOS, look for the boot options and choose the OS boot manager under the UEFI section. Then make sure GRUB is set as the default boot manager. Once you have made the changes, reboot your system. Now you should see the GRUB menu. Now from here, you can choose to boot into either Windows 11 or Ubuntu. Ubuntu automatically detects the Windows boot manager and adds the GRUB, which makes it very easy to switch between the two operating systems. For now, let's boot into Ubuntu. Then go ahead and choose your username, then enter your password. And there we go, you're now inside Ubuntu 26.04 LTS with the GNOME desktop. The first thing to do after installing Ubuntu is to update your system. Go ahead, open terminal and run this command. Also, as you can see, Ubuntu has automatically installed the compatible NVIDIA drivers on my system, which is great. And this is the idle RAM usage, which is around 2 GB. As a bonus part of this video, if in case you don't like Ubuntu and decide to uninstall it, first reboot your computer back to Windows 11. Then open terminal and type this command and press enter to launch the disk manager. Now inside here, next to C drive, you can see a primary healthy partition of around 100 GB, which is related to Ubuntu. Now go ahead and remove this partition by right-clicking and choose Delete Volume. You will see a free space that you can use and expand Windows. Then right-click on the C drive and choose to extend the volume. Once it's done, we need to remove the GRUB boot manager present inside the Windows UEFI partition. Now go ahead and open command prompt as an administrator. Then type disk path and press enter. Now type list disk to display all the drives connected to this PC. In my case, I have only one drive where Windows and Ubuntu boot files are present. I'm going to select this drive by typing this command. Then type list partition to list out all of the partitions on this drive. You might see 3+ partitions. Now look for the system or UEFI partition. Now mostly it's the first partition. Just go ahead and select this partition by typing this command. Once it's selected, type assign letter is set to R to mount this partition. Now type exit to get out of the disk path. Now type R: and press enter. This will change the directory. Then type dir to list the contents of that partition. Now change the directory into UEFI. If I type dir, this will list the contents of the UEFI folder. Here you can see Ubuntu and Windows boot files. Don't touch the Windows and boot folders. We need to remove the Ubuntu folder. Just type this command and press enter. And that's it, Ubuntu has been removed. Now restart your computer. It should boot your system directly into Windows 11 without any boot issues. In case if you see a blue screen, don't panic. Now simply boot into BIOS settings and change the boot option to Windows 11. And that's how you properly set up a dual boot on a Windows computer with Ubuntu 26.04 LTS. If you have any questions or queries, do post them in the comment section down below. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe to see more content. Thank you so much for watching. This has been KSK Royal. I will see you in the next one.